content week last week. That I am celebrating myself for preparing, for holding through, and will be definitely celebrating myself in October for 1 year of social media practice. But it's already fun. Like I'm so used to it, and it does bring me so much joy creating content, ideas, talking about the mindfulness life, the healthiness. And the YouTube is fun because I get views, people like, people comment. It's not really a future client that is follow me on YouTube, but it's not really what I meant with the YouTube channel, anyways. If I want advertising, I would advertise, but I don't even have registered my Reiki business yet. And sound healing is the same as energy practitioner. I want to do that this autumn, actually. That would be the plan. I had the social media already started, but just because my health was a little weak and I really did not feel like holding space. So, yeah, that's my plan. This is a throat chakra bow. It is just Amazon. It's just crystal, guys. This is pressed crystal sand. So pretty. For myself, when I am like meditating or like even sitting in like deep ceremonial space, deeply connected to practice and breath and prayer and music, I like to just play the bow, get a little bit lost in the sound, and then express and connect with my heart to the music. And oh yeah, it does bring beautiful shifts because the crystal bows, they have such a beautiful frequency. They're so beautiful. Sending love, light, and prosperity back to you too, Manny. Good to have you. Just 5-10 minutes sometimes with a crystal ball can be very beautiful. Fun. Oh. I kind of want to read my book today. I have a few other books waiting too. Like I did get Kindle Unlimited till the end of August, and then I have lots of books that I at least want to see through if I want to buy them, find information. Some are good for workbooks that I want to be writing. So it's all so fun, and it really brings a flow into my everyday life. This sharing with you guys actually too, because this chat, this is like if I shared on Instagram since October, and then started the YouTube with just the same videos, and then shifted around, and then a little bit rearranged, and eventually people were following, and then I could start streaming because you need a maximum follower number to start streaming. And YouTube is best because people can join online, and they save automatically. That's what I wanted for me, because I'm always a little bit sharing input. It's not just plain, mostly it's not just plain talking or hanging out, which you can do in a live stream. It's fine. You don't need to be entertaining because I'm not the Oscar moderator. But yeah, I really feel the benefits of this creative practice and of sharing my information with you guys. It brings joy to my heart. Just being able to share with you what I have learned, and then I feel better because it is on YouTube. It can be shared. Some people started following me on my Instagram page, and so it's very fun, and it's very, and I have few people who regularly comment. They are very uplifting. No one was very rude. Just very rarely people were rude for now. So I'm very appreciative that this is a clean space. I like it is on TikTok. It is always a little bit different. I don't feel like it's a very safe platform. But YouTube is fun. I don't mind hopping on. I have the whole video recorded. Keeps me going. I'm thinking about the Patreon, where I could be sharing a little bit more in depth and people would be a little bit more committed to watching the video. But maybe not this year. Maybe next in February. So in Walk. It's the first Celtic Queer Celebration Festival, where you celebrate that the light is getting sensibly more, and yeah, it's a light um, festival, and um, and then I guess I probably have more motivation. February is I have more motivated again, because November, December, January, I'm so low. Just like the damn sun is gone. I'm also like so not interested in progress. I'm just finishing the bits and bobs and just doing the regular. I'm not very motivated for anything new. And but yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. So just monthly meditation, Thursday book club or whatever. So just discussing, and we can do that in chat, and I think people can hop on, or no, they cannot hop on here. Yeah, anyways, we could do book club on Zoom and stream on YouTube. That is possible. I know Zoom has the options, so people can join both. I'm just gonna, I've had that in lockdown everywhere. The people shared Zoom links on every little post. So and then just keeping the regular content also going on this page, and then see wherever it takes me, because it is really 100% proven out. I've done it. I did not know. I've had no idea before I started this online space, because I did never share my own face, my own message, myself, my life, or whatever. Just very rarely few pictures on my Instagram, and mostly I loved looking at other people's beautiful content. I'm a YouTube lover. Like, I watch travel vlogs for hours, just like other people watch Gilmore Girls. But that's old. But that's probably why I hop onto YouTube, because I don't really feel like the media is producing any content that's very interesting to me. And Netflix is always available, so I'm always postponing it for winter, and just making a list what I want to watch, and then during YouTube did keep me hooked all my 20s, and now I feel like it's more Instagram, and I really feel like creating a little bit more, because I feel not really covered with the media. I have fun creating my own little corners. I do that with different Instagram accounts. They have different topics sometimes. I have my personal topic was once home vlogs and blogs and family content, homeschooling, and so on, because I've been really researching about this family bubble in this society, and is it working, and like will it be, is it worth it, like and I was like, yeah, okay, this the way that they show, which I was very grateful, and very artful, beautiful, with pictures, blog articles and all that. Was such a thing in the 2010s. And now looking back, their own children also grown, and just, yeah, it was, for me it was a yes, that this is like good inspiration. And then it get a little bit more spiritual after a very violent situation that I had to endure. And I did find my way out of this downward spiral and really learn to help myself in all the ways. And so that's my personal account. Then I have the Water Was Holding Space account, which is all about, like, I did do nature, I did do whale content, which is so cool. I actually like that. Animal content is fun. And then I have lots of recipes, and like also a few other studios, Reiki studios, like just like my favorite energy workers who are in the field, like not people who I'm personally following with my deep, long spiritual practice, just people who are with the other people. So the people that I want to share with the crowd, that wants to meditate or wants to get somewhere for a solstice circle or whatever. That's the people that I, and it's very interesting because they get lost in my other profile because I follow 2,000 people already now. Like it did grow from 2012 to now, and I actually want to let go of more because I don't seem to get the content that I used to be. Like, I'm in a weird algorithm and it's a little bit annoying. So one day I really must go through all the profiles and just keep those who I always want to see. So, and now I have this what I was holding space, which is like a little bit more content creation based, and like for magazines, yoga studios, hotels, nature recipes, little quotes, but not in depth, so spiritual, but just little. Well, I like it. It's for me very informative. I find also great content input on this page. And the Several Reiki Club is currently about affirmation of strength and endurance, self love, and it does automatically. The algorithm does adapt to. That is so practical. I always find the perfect things I want to share and also I want to see. And then I also had one account that was all about trauma. Like, I did follow people with the to share their chronic illness and trauma story, to find tribe, to hold my own grief. And like, I really felt like this will never get better with depression, and it did shift. It did really shift. And the Instagram account was so helpful. I actually also created one account for TikTokers that I liked when the US was thinking about closing TikTok, which they didn't in the end. I started following them on Instagram and made a little account with only the TikTokers that I liked at the time, which I now rarely watch anymore. But at the time, I was like, no, I'm hooked. How will this continue? So, yeah, that's super practical. You can make accounts theme based and get the content that you like. And then there are always like Gaia TV does cover Egypt for now. They have a new series, so I will be getting a new month of Gaia TV and update. And like, I watched in the winter, I watched Ayurveda videos on Gaia TV. Yeah, really good, really good. And obviously it is not covered on mainstream TV because they don't are not so interested. But sometimes they do mention Ayurveda. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I'm a little bit bored. But like, except with some movies, like in winter, I watch lots of movies, and I always also like to have recordings going of my courses that I joined. When I feel like I want a background, I want a little bit repetitiveness, even like connecting to some meditations that we did was super fun. I like to do all of that. It's super, super, super fun. And with that social media practice, that was a little bit icky for me, always, because I've already been doing social media volunteer for NGO causes. And then this did get a little bit frustrating and annoying because it was kind of not really flowing, because it did not come from creative place. It was just representing a little bit, telling people what we do, and also other parts was like even finding more information, waking them up about topics that are not well discussed in the society. So it was full different approach. I was like, oh well, I will not be liking that. I don't want to always record something. I don't want to feel like I must. I want to feel like I have to. And then I started just with like, just like you would start a yoga practice, and then 21 days, and then you're like, oh well, it's fine, and then I keep it going. And then you have already 14 days, and Instagram is celebrating you, and you're like, my goodness, I made 14 days work. And then also I got AI help after the first month or so. I got little 1 minute meditation videos and started creating little cute art with the Meta AI and other free tools. And then I felt like, wow, this is so creative. It's so expansive. It's not just me with the AI, they have ideas. I still have like so many great pictures and art from Pinterest that I could use. And obviously tag the artist, so just a reshare. But yeah, it turns out I never need it, because I just keep the sound meditations going, because that is the most flowy content that I want to make. And it's actually fine. I always have a little bit of inspirational topic with it, because that's what you can use it also for. And then just 10 minutes is just 10 minutes. And there's just it's just the inspiration is just getting broader and broader and more and more and more. And it's a little bit like I'm like a little bit connected to the Tao practice. I still want to rewatch my course and get another one, so I'm really having fun with like more coming back to my body after surgery. It's summer, I feel more flowy, so I have a little bit of different topics on my account too. And or also on the YouTube now I can talk about it. I can share my perspective. I can share about the books that I love. About I don't really share teachers a lot actually, but I do share some on Instagram sometimes. But I feel like the best people are the most well known. Like even with the yoga, the best teachers that I know, they are quite well known in spiritual tribe. So I feel like this is also the best for beginners, because they have everything. They have the books, they have the videos, they are in you can meet them on a retreat, and they have the beginner content and they have the advanced content. So everybody will be covered. That's what I feel. And then I have little people whom people might like regionally, maybe in the UK. I know a few. In Vienna, I'll probably need to look up more, but I have found a few I find resonating. And then in the US, maybe one or two. And I don't really have fun Australia, because they've not been online in my time zone in the lockdown. And I forget about it. I forgot about it all again when the lockdown was over and life got a little bit more active again, and everything went back to normal. I just had new practice, lots learned, and Reiki attunement. So that was fun. Yeah, and I just feel like it's fun. There's always something that I can talk about with these streams. It's really giving me confidence that I can keep a Patreon maybe going. And I want that, because it's just like a low level of commitment, and still we can join a little, share a little bit more. It is not just like it's not that public for me. Patreon, it's not that public, and I kind of want to build relationship. I kind of want to hear how you're doing. I also want to invite people into women's circles, and that's not gonna be pricey ever. Like the Patreon, WhatsApp group, the circles, that's all gonna be just come and join and be seen and heard and connect, and like let's consider how we wanna make this life work for all of us, because we deserve to be happy. Everybody deserves to be happy too. And yeah, I just have more and more creation, content ideas, workbooks, courses, because I'm so researched. I don't just learn, I practice, and I don't just like I just noticed, wow, carnelian, that's a great crystal, and then I start a little bit finding more over time and researching, not really like with but the stone, and then the crystal work, and then think about it and then learn about it. There are even free resources to teach about crystal healing. There were a few modalities that I could find with extra crystal energy healing, but I think I would just be using crystal with the Reiki, and then just because I want to strengthen a connection to the chakras and the heart. I don't really know which crystal actually, but you can also just put crystals on people's um, body when they lay down. So I can just write lots about my approach to crystal healing and what I found, such little put my research together. And it's such a broad field that I could just immediately start writing about just with a few little books and more insight into things that already interest me so much. It's really so fun to make your hobby um, work and bring money. So all of this is already at a level that could be interesting for newbies, could be interesting for other people who are on different paths who want to learn more, and then always leading them to more teachers and books and courses, because that's, well, it's quite normal that people would share that. That's also what Sharon did. Sharon Bertrand, she did that in her grief course lots, and she shared lots of great people who do like more rare coursework, and some are even in Europe. That's so fun. So I could just go over one day, or maybe no, but like the option is available. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just very, very much flowiness of just chatting, creation, content. Um, I don't really feel like sharing meditation on here a lot because I know so many people have uploaded meditations. But if I make some for the other social media, I do that too for over here. But it's fun to keep this a little bit more alive, a little bit more authentic, and not just about the spirituality. And that makes me feel also quite balanced, because I don't want to be the perfect teacher. Like, I don't want to ever think that I don't have faith crises. People, I have faith crises every once in a while, like every other year. And I don't want to always meditate. So I found all my ways through it. And what I mostly get through is like health food. That's my strongest practice. Like I'm also not uh, I'm not only eating raw vegan wheat grass, basically. That's not the level of healthy that I mean. It's just like very balanced, healthy food lifestyle. My my fitness did really suffer since the lockdown, basically, for sure. And I just had so much bad luck with health. That I really want to get back to more movement, more biking, swimming, hiking. And that's what I have also learned about my own way of doing sports, just more fun. If it's not such just sports, if it is connected to a trip, If it is swimming, I just love the water so much. I can make myself swim now, but it's not like I'm not doing it competitively to get more fit and boost uh, my muscles or whatever, because that's not. I will not go if it's not fun and enjoyable. I'm not going. I'm also not hopping on a mat just to be perfect. You know, I just do this because I think it's fun. I want to move. I enjoy the nature, and it's just continuously doing this. That's my approach, and I don't feel like I like running though. I did not like running for a long time. But then I learned to like it. So if I don't like running next to people because my face is red and I'm exhausted and they stare at me. I don't like it. But if I would have a little forest path and I could go running, I would probably go running a little bit more often. But I always feel like I'm not going running for an hour. I'm just doing it 20, 30 minutes. That gives me the movement, the freedom, the fun, and then it's done because I'm not training to be the fittest sports person ever. I just want to move my body and feel well and have fun and be connected by nature. And like I can go up on the mountains and that's fine. I don't think I need to be running marathons to have a fit body. Even though training endurance is fun, but I can do that on the mat too. Like Kundalini teachings all about endurance and alignment too. So that's really good fun. And that's also a little bit true with spiritual routines. If it's not enjoyable, and also if I think about doing a workshop weekend or whatever, I always have food, I always have chat. There's like a break time where we can connect, maybe even a little fire in the garden, just sitting and I don't know, drinking coffee and having buffet food and just a connection, making this phase of connection, not just polished marketing. Just I also like the groundedness. Also, my little witch comes in with its circle themes, and this is so inclusive sometimes because the wisdom you share is sometimes very deep and not many people are in the club. So you kinda are the only one sometimes who get the things that are really really cool. And then yeah, I want to make more with the herbs. And that's so good for me because I always had the intention to do more foraging, to use the herbs more in my everyday life. And it was only the thought of sharing it in a group with other people that was really fun. Like I love making oils though, extraction oils. That's super fun. And then that connected with the herbalism is super interesting part. And scent is so interesting how it changes with the oil, and like it's so fun to work on my favorite body spray for spring. Uh, I would have never thought about all these oils if there had not been that many mirror for talks in the lockdown. And I was like, what is a mirror for? And then I found it with some authors that the most fun was that I heard all of this cool news from the spiritual world that I did not really live in. And then they shared all the books with me, and then I could find the authors on Facebook and Instagram. And then they still were sharing, and it was very approachable. And then we had like embodiment conference where also like Gaba Mate was talking. It was so fun joining in the chat and being in the live room, and all of us interested in the healing bubbles and obviously great wisdom. I'm a book girl. Like I don't always read, but now I'm reading more because I missed it. And it's so fun learning more about what other authors, especially like with this kind of more niche lifestyle that is so rooted in sensuality and embodiment and mindfulness. Uh, you really need to look. Like I started now asking just Gemini for my books, and that's really hard because they nail it. Like I can describe what I kind of hope I can find, and then they bring it to me. And then most of it is sometimes not even on Amazon available. That's how niche it is what they tell me. Because that's so normal. Because I got the most of the bestseller in 2000s. Like I found the ones that I wanted to connect and read, and then I started watching lots of YouTube videos. Actually, like, I don't have everything. That's not true. But I just I like it, and you got to learn, and then it's a big field of possibility and energy building. So you can learn to work with your whole life in all of these different ways. You can learn to program your mind with some. You can learn to just work on self love with me, for example. You can learn to find transcendental meditative states that really shift your life experience, and you might end up not ever want to live without it. And I find that that's not really true for me. I really want this integrated. I want it's just like with the yoga studio. I don't want to be rare. I just want to be included. I have more fun joining in like community events and meeting up and chatting and like chatting also about the dishes as well as about deep spiritual wisdom, because that's the witch in me. She kind of wants the spirituality honored as the everyday practice, and I'm not so much interested in like having this temple that is honored and sacred, because I really don't need it. I did grow up with held with lots of community and church. When I'm in the 90s, this was quite strong in Austria. There was a faithful community. All of our grandparents had lived in and with Catholic faith, so I feel very held with my faithfulness. So I'm not really drawn to create a church for I just want to have more community. I want to see other people. And then the witch in me is also like, this not just about prayer, just also healthiness. And then you can bless your water, you bless your oil, you are the healer. Like obviously I can help you when you are the healer, and it's more about this groundedness in the well-being that brings this rooted spiritual lifestyle. That's what I am all about, and that what is so fun with me for me with the social media practice too, because I can like put all of these big influences that I've studied in a way together as whatever is inspiring me right now, and I have fun listening my own meditations. That I just I don't really write them out. I just let them flow, and then it's not as you don't never need to be perfect with this content, with meditation, with the sound bath, and like that's good for me because I have a more polished uh, bachelor, so I cannot always do this in everyday life. Like, and I find this freedom with like spiritual and creative content. That is what I've not seen coming. That I will be thriving with this ability, and then the Instagram was already fun. I already had my own full had it figured out. It was a little bit branded and also a little bit planned for the year, and then also yeah, I knew what I want to share and what I probably don't want to share, what I think people might be interested in, and then I found my home base with Reiki and yoga studios. I feel more connected to massage therapists who use Reiki or like sound bath than to like the spiritual lineage teachers, because I honor the spiritual lineages and I stick to them, and I will not ever create this not without quoting them. But I'm so grateful for every wisdom and every teaching and every practice. And I'm not judging somebody who says they have their own lineage teachings, because sometimes that is true. They have a teacher who made up a full um, spiritual book and school, and then this is a lineage coming from them, defined and quotable, and it's really, really, really good to learn more and see us learn from other people that resonate. So personally, I just like to go with emotional. Does this seem like it calls my soul? Do I want to learn it? And then, yeah, if it's not somebody who thinks they are the Mary Magdalene or they are the priestess in every day, I will be joining. But this is a tribe that I don't ever want to see ever again. And then if it's like normal mindfulness meditation, weekend learning more, learning deeper, I don't want to be so esoteric with my approaches, because Ricky's energy work is not really esoteric, even though my oracle cards are, honestly. But that is just oracle card, and so fun, actually, guys. If you resonate with oracle cards, get a reading sometime, because it's so interesting what other people get inside. So when they draw your cards, the cards are probably new to you, and you might have your own ideas of what it could be about, and then the tarot reader reads them for you in a fully different way. And you can learn from their own creative insights, and a little bit see the resonance different with some topics. Like she had Death and Winter and Wolf for me coming up in my reading last year for my birthday. And and it was so interesting. It was so, I was like, yeah, exactly. That must be the meaning. I did write it all down. I did even look back at it in summer and was like, did I learn that? Because I should be learning that. That is a great idea. So their creativity sparked lots of creative insight for me. So it's very fun to get an oracle reading. If like it's not, you cannot ask about health. You can ask about money, your love life. I did just do a general reading for the next year, and then we had to interpret the cards about what might be coming, and it's just super fun because it's just coming from this inspirational place. Like she's not saying this will be your year. Like that's not what a card draw will be. But there are future tellers. They might maybe have a different approach, and you might want to think about if you will need this kind of security. So this is Isoit, goddess of perseverance. This is all Celtic goddesses. They are so pretty. I never ever heard the name or worked with them ever before. This is Artan, goddess of peace. I had her in my oracle card holder. I like that she stands for peace and she holds the axes. Like she really ensures the peace with her own strength and power. And we're going to read about it now. Isolde, goddess of perseverance, the blonde one with the harp. Keywords are awareness, duration, and wonderment. She is an Irish goddess. Clear divine light is prompting you to head swiftly after your heart's and mind's desire. Your wishes are sure to be achieved since you have connected to the light of heavenly forces, meaning your life is in sync. I love that feeling. Synchronicity. Magical divine powers are weaving through you, giving you vitality and capability from a higher plane as tools to help you reach your destiny through your own actions. From out of the blue, as if by magic, miracles are entering your life, since you are in tune with divine intervention. You see and feel the light energy of spiritual forces linking you to various stages and imbuing you with supernatural radiance. These will appear like stepping stones leading you to your true purpose. Step by step, you will be shown the way and will arise above the everyday sphere to a higher plane that's closer to heaven. The longing of your psyche to speak with heavenly spheres will be granted. That's true. Practice brings me in heavenly spheres. That's so helpful. That's what I like. That's what I sometimes like. I just had this in a Reiki bubble over the weekend because I had 5-year attunement celebrations. I did connect, and I was so flowy and rested and inspired, and I had the new music going, and yeah, my content was so good. I had also much fun sharing it. For the Reiki inspiration was so with the music, and it turned out exactly as I hope it would. And so people might not know this, but I do, and I can look back on it. And so I did really get like in these heavenly spheres with the practice. That's so true. A distressing situation is fading into the past. Small successive steps will get you to your destination. You're seeing better days and now brighter times lie ahead. Your positive thoughts are attracting love, happiness, and good luck. The heavenly vibration of Isolde's harp shows that you'll attract good fortune when you tune into the higher vibration of positive thinking. By not dwelling on failure, you will attract success. Your thoughts create an aura and atmosphere around you. Each thought of the same kind further empowers your aura. Yeah, that is so fun that she's the goddess of perseverance. Because that's exactly my kind of perseverance too. Wow, I might want to Google her now. That's somebody who's really resonating with me. There, the Earth-10, goddess of peace. Keyword is rest, tranquility, and freedom. She is from Wales. Erden presides over the successful outcome of war. Her axe, a symbol of light, divine power, and celestial illumination, suggests you should cut the dead wood from your life and sever things with the people or situations causing you inner conflict. Being double-edged, Erden's axe cuts both ways, which means that unforeseen results may rebound on you should you verbally attack or speak your mind strongly to someone rather than reasoning with them. Keep the peace by considering the consequences that voicing your opinion could have in the future. Well, that's weird. Heaven is helping you reconnect with your spirituality. When your higher self rules heaven, then physical and emotional rewards appear. Don't entertain guilt or fear, let calmness prevail and so live more peacefully. Your time is better spent battling for peace, not conflict. Don't let other people destroy your inner peace. It is much easier to live with yourself and others when there is peace. I don't know why she doesn't want to have people voice their opinion. They just like in a talking circle, you would just give them a holding stick, holding stone, or whatever feathers, And then everybody is heard and seen in their own way, and they have their own opinion, and you don't need to accept it as your own. So you're supposed to share. Like people can be fighting, but if you don't put your opinion onto theirs and don't claim your opinion to be the only one that's true, there should not be conflict. From just this is just our connect. Like they might not always 100% be resonating with my or your own approach to spirituality and creatively journaling, and sometimes that's not even psychologically accurate. But what she's meaning is like you should not just create conflict everywhere, which is it cool. This is a little bit of a witchy one. She always has spells, and then like sometimes has omens, which I like. I'm just not sharing it lots on my social media because it's not a witchy place. Because yeah, it's just mostly Reiki and sound bath. And it's so relatable. This is just with the flowers and all, and I mostly love the art. But this card did not really resonate with me at all. Even though I like the card itself, I don't like the description. So I also might want to Google her. And then I even thought about using the cards, and then just because some they are a little bit too much health information to be claimed with a spiritual teacher from my country. That is an old Nazi law. And is super annoying and frustrating. And so, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, anyhow, I'm gonna go Google it. Thanks for hanging out with me and chatting. See you again next time. Bye.